Covering news where you live. This is 5 News at 10.
In all of those cases, I told them to keep looking for the right guy. In this case, I'm convinced they had the right guy.
An Arkansas death row inmate walking free tonight.
Rickey Newman of Van Buren spent the past 17 years in prison after he confessed numerous times to killing Marie Collette at a homeless camp in Crawford County back in 2002. Her body was found severely cut and sliced and had multiple defensive wounds.
5 News reporter Krystle Sherrell spoke with a special prosecutor assigned to this case who filed a motion for the charges to be dropped. She's in the new studio with us tonight. Krystle, what does this mean for future cases?
The special prosecutor in this case, Ron Fields, filed this 2-page letter just yesterday telling the court why the case should be dismissed. The letter includes Fields' reasoning for why there is no evidence to move forward with a retrial. And Fields says Rickey Newman's mental illnesses are ultimately what set him free.
Use all the different confessions that he made that he murdered the woman, both written, oral, videotaped, over the years. Without being able to use those as evidence, in my opinion, it would be a waste of taxpayers' funds to retry him, because even if we convicted him at trial, I don't think the Supreme Court would allow us to uphold the conviction.
Fields says Newman's mental illnesses, similar to that of a professional football player suffering from CTE, is what kept him from working with legal counsel, and that was a violation of Newman's constitutional rights.
Rickey Newman was physically abused as a young child. I'm comfortable in thinking that he probably has some of those defects. The psychological reports indicate that.
Now free, Rickey Newman will not be required to seek mental counseling, but the prosecutor says he isn't sure what's next for Newman.
Oh, that's up to him.
Did he voice to you what his plans were?
I haven't spoken to him.
Fields calls Newman's case unique and says it shouldn't be considered a precedent for other cases.
There was some well-documented indications of his mental illnesses and diseases that happened, long ago. So, no, it's not really something that's going to affect a lot of other cases here or statewide.
In more than 20 years of prosecution, Fields says this case is different than others he's worked on, but won't require any further examination.
In all of those cases, I told them to keep looking for the right guy. In this case, I'm convinced they had the right guy, so I've not asked them to take any further investigatory steps.
Now, I did ask the prosecutor where he thought Newman would be headed next. He told me Newman has no family locally and believes he may be headed up north to be with other family. Fields says he does not plan to speak with Newman, saying it would be inappropriate and unethical to do so.
All right, Krystle, thanks. Newman was tried back in 2002 and convicted of capital murder and sentenced to death by a Crawford County jury. In January of 2014, the Arkansas Supreme Court overturned Newman's conviction, citing his mental defects. This took the case all the way back to the Crawford County Circuit Court. Court basically said because of his mental illness, his confession could not be used. Fast forward to September of this year. Court rejected an attempt by prosecutors to use a police interview in a new trial. And just yesterday, Special Prosecutor Ron Fields writing to the court saying without the confession, there was not enough evidence against Newman.